Now, I've always loved watching desk setup videos on YouTube. There's something really inspiring about seeing other people organize their workstations. Now, fun fact, the reason why I wanted to do tech videos on YouTube is after watching Jonathan Morrison's iMac Dream Desk Setup video 8 years ago. Now, I've done desk setup videos before. The last one was about 3 years ago. But this time, I wanted to create something that is not only visually appealing, but also super productive. So here is my 2024 desk setup video. Alright, let me tell you why I named this the ultimate productivity desk setup. Because it's more than just a triple monitor setup, because I've also got a laptop workstation on the side too. But first things first, let's start with the desk itself. So the desk that anchors this whole command center is the Eevis L-shaped desk. Now, I've been a fan of Eevis since my last desk setup video. In fact, I've been using their tables exclusively because they're high in quality and super reliable. Now, this is my first time using their L-shaped version. It's been a great sit-stand desk. It offers 2 orientations, left or right, along with 3 tabletop finishes. Plus, there are other cool add-ons. For instance, you can integrate cable management like I've done right at the middle of the desk. There's also an option for a built-in wireless charger, a snake cable, and even adding wheels to the desk. Now, I chose not to add the wheels though because I found that the desk height position is perfect with my seating position at this lowest configuration. Now, speaking of a seating position, let's talk about the chair. This is also from Eevis, which is their new Xenia cordless massage chair. Yep, a massage chair as part of a desk setup. Never heard of that before, right? Now, I choose this chair because it integrates so well with my daily work routine. Now, on my desk, I have the Basius timer for a Pomodoro technique. Now, I set it between a 25-minute work interval followed by a 10-minute break. Now, during the break is where I turn on the massage function and get back to work right after. Now, the chair has several modes controlled from the side of the seat. You can also activate a seat vibration and even a heat function, which is mild. Now, I usually keep the heat off since my room gets the morning sun. Now, there's also a dedicated app where I can customize all of these features too. Then physically, the chair has adjustable armrests, a magnetic headrest, and a magnetic lumbar support. Now, I use them during when I'm on my desk, and I remove them during the massage mode, of course. Now, as of the effectiveness of the massage, it is dangerously good. Now, Eevis calls this the Z-Flux technology, which massages from your neck all the way down to your thighs. Now, sometimes it is tempting to extend the massage session, but I keep my timer on to keep me disciplined. And I'll have a longer session after my whole workday is over. And of course, a huge plus is that the chair is wireless, where it comes with an adapter to charge it as needed. Next up, let's talk about audio. Now, am I the only one who edits videos only using speakers? Well, if you do, let me know in the comment section below, or you can join us at our Discord server, and feel free to also share your desk setup at our Discord server too. I would love to see that. So, about the speakers, I'm using the Kento Tuck. Now, after doing a dedicated review on this, I decided to wait and check out other speakers before making a purchase, but eventually I choose them to replace my Audio Engine A5 Plus. Why? Because they're simply the best speakers that I've heard and used, not only for video editing but also for relaxing and listening to music. Now, their sleek and minimal look also beautifully complements my overall desk setup too. Now, by default, the active speaker is supposed to be on the left, but I switch it to the right channel, which you can do it manually on the included remote. Now, they are on the Kento SP9 speaker stands for a perfect listening height that is angled just right to match my triple monitor setup. And I got this Kento Tuck speakers and stands as usual from TechX, which is the most reliable place to not only get Kento speakers but also a wide range of other audio gear as well. Now, let's talk about my triple monitor setup. Now, the centerpiece is the Apple Studio Display, where I've done a dedicated review on this one. Now, it is my main monitor because of its high 5K resolution, which is perfect for video editing, as I often shoot in 6K or even sometimes 8K resolution. Plus, it is a super color accurate monitor. Now, I've got it connected to my Mac using the Thunderbolt 3 cable, and then I use the other 3 USB ports for my Loupedeck Live S, my mechanical keyboard, and a MagSafe charger. And yes, I will be talking about these accessories and all the peripherals more in a bit. Now, for the other 2 monitors at the side, I've got 2 LG DualUp monitors. Now, this takes productivity to a whole new level because this 16 by 18 vertical layout is like having 2 22-inch monitors stacked, where it is amazing for multitasking and especially useful for video editing, but where it really shines is in the productivity task, like handling my monthly accounts, writing very long emails for ChatGPT prompts and answers, and even scripting, to the point where I cannot go back to scripting on a single monitor, as this really increases my speed of scripting. Now, while you can connect one monitor to two different inputs, maybe like a gaming console, but I decided not to, mainly because I don't want to get distracted. Now, everything is connected to my Mac Studio, which I'll talk about more later in this video. Now, I posted a dedicated video on this LG Dualab monitor on my YouTube Shorts, IG Reel and TikTok. So check out those if you haven't done so, as it comes with two variants, one with the LG Ergo stand and the other which is in the regular stand. Now, I use the Ergo version on the right, and on the other I use Aerial's monitor stand for similar flexibility, and I also talk about the other accessories from Aerial later on in this video. Alright, let's move on to the brains of this whole setup, the M2 Ultra Mac Studio. Now, I've got the maxed out variant which I've done an in-depth review of, and to save desk space I've mounted the Mac Studio underneath the desk using the human-centric mount from Amazon. Now, I've routed every cable neatly underneath the table, with each Thunderbolt ports connecting to one of the monitors. Then I have another Thunderbolt port which has been connected to my external storage drive, which is off to the side of the desk rather than having it on top of my IKEA LX drawer unit. Now, this helps to keep the desk more minimal, of course. Then the other two USB-A ports are also used as well. One is to connect with the Kento Tux speakers, which has a built-in DAC, and the other is to connect with the Yeelight Monitor Lightbar Pro. And I'm also using the Ethernet port for a wired internet connection. Then the headphones jack and the HDMI port is currently unused, which technically I can have another monitor to the setup. Finally, the two Thunderbolt 4 ports in front are usually used for connecting external SSDs for video editing, where this is where I plug in the SSD once the team is done with the video projects, or if I'm converting Blackmagic RAW files. And lastly, the SD card slot is mainly used for my voice-over recording files. Let's talk about the accessories, the smaller items that plays a huge role in making this overall setup work. Now, the biggest accessory is the Balolo monitor stand. Now, this is the large variant in black, and fun fact, I don't use this to support any of the monitors, but I got it specifically for its dedicated Apple accessories organization under the shelf. I've added the MagSafe holder to charge my iPhone, or I can use it for FaceTime calls at the desk. There's also a phone holder for my iPad mini and an Apple Watch holder for charging my watch, which I've got it connected to my LG monitor. Then I also bought the smart accessory holder for the Loupedeck Life S, but ended up not using it due to its cable routing issues. Now, I've even tried the side angle USB-C cable which comes inside of the box, but it couldn't go through properly, so Balolo, you might need to look into that. Then there's also a tablet holder which I did not use since my iPad mini fits well on this phone holder, which I'm probably saving that for a future setup. Then on top of the shelf I have the Baseus timer. Now, it works well for my Pomodoro style work. It has a magnetic base too, and speaking of magnets, this is quite a fingerprint magnet too, and the battery life isn't great at all, lasting close to only a month on 3 AAA batteries. Next to it is my favorite Powerpuff Girl Lego figurine, Buttercup, and the Yeelight Light Monitor Lightbar Pro wireless rotary switch knob to control the Yeelight light bar. Now, this light bar has been a game changer when I work at night. Then the controller lets me adjust the brightness, the color temperature and the mood lighting, where these settings are also adjustable via the Yeelight app and also the Mi Home app. Now, then below the shelf is the Loupedeck Life S. Now, people often use this for apps like Final Cut Pro or live streaming on Twitch, but I use it mainly for my frequently used apps and websites. Now, if you're curious about my exact workflow on this, I can share an article on our website at www.adamlobo.tv, where you'll find a written version of this video too. Links will be down below. Next is the second generation switchboard hub. Now, this controls my IR devices like my fan, and it also has a temperature and a humidity sensor, which I'm planning to do a smart home office tour, so subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't done so. And then as for the peripherals, my keyboard of choice is the iQnix F96 Joker mechanical keyboard. Now, it is wireless, but I use a wired custom cable, and it is my all-time favorite keyboard. Then as for the mouse, I use the Logitech MX Master 3S in pale grey, although it looks white. It's been my go-to for video editing and multitasking, especially with its customizable buttons for Final Cut Pro. Then to keep the clutter off the desk, I have the Active Force desk drawer for less frequently used items. Then specifically for Aerial, apart from the monitor arm, I have tons more accessories like the Gravity cup holder with the headphones holder and a magnetic cable management channel for my table stands, which is placed down below of the table. Speaking of the bottom, there's also 3 additional cable management box and a quad entry snake cable clamp for future cable management. Then the coolest accessory from Aerial is at the side, where this is the clamp-on desk pegboard panel, where it holds my Aqara TV OC air quality monitor, which isn't the most reliable to get the best temperature and humidity, but is really great for the air quality readings. Now, since the pegboard is magnetic, it keeps this Aqara TV OC air quality monitor nicely in place on the pegboard. Then I have hooks for hanging the cables for my USB-C to USB-C cable in light purple. And I also got my M1 iPad Pro, which also magnetically held on the pegboard, used as a smart home display or an extended monitor for my MacBook Pro. Then on the other pegboard, because there are two, there's a bottle of a Zeiss lens cleaner for cleaning my devices with the controversial Apple polishing cloth. And I have to say, it is really good, because this is not only a gift for my fellow creative friends ZY and Jace from Lens Library, and I use this combination of the Zeiss cleaner and the Apple polishing cloth to clean my iPad, my smartphone, and even my monitors as well. Then here's where I also hang my AirPods Max, and I have the Belkin iPhone mount with MagSafe for MacBook, which is also stuck on them magnetically as well. Then on the desk is my Aqara M2 hub for smart home control and the Sensibo Sky, which I've covered these two devices in depth in my smart home video. Now, the great thing about this whole pegboard system from Aerial is its flexibility, because I can move and adjust the accessories as needed. Now, this particular pegboard setup is a work in progress, so if you have any ideas or suggestions on what I should add, let me know in the comment section below. Now, let's dive into my secondary workstation centered around the M3 Max MacBook Pro. Now, this is the maxed out specs version, which I use it on the go. However, when I'm on the desk, it's mainly used for working on a separate Final Cut Pro project. And yes, sometimes I edit two video projects at the same time, since I have two teammates who are video editors. Now, some might think this is overkill, but this approach helps me to release at least 3 videos, sometimes even more, each week. And it's standing on an unbranded laptop stand, which I got it from Shopee, and I use this laptop on the desk while doing video calls, as I use my iPhone as a camera with the Belkin iPhone mount. Now, the reason why it's set up this way, because it gives me a nicer background with my main monitor view at the back, and thanks to these Yeelight smart panels on the wall, I can illuminate my face better whether it's the day or at night. Now, speaking of night, want to see how this setup looks in dark mode? Okay, 3, 2, 1. So this is the setup at night. And here are 2 more accessories from Yeelight that plays a huge role, where the smart light panels can display up to 16 million colors, and you can arrange them and design it how you like. Now, these panels can also sync to music with a built-in mic, integrate with Razer Chroma RGB and Overwool for gaming, and it has smart home capabilities too with Google Home and Amazon Alexa, where you can control all of these features via the Yeelight app or even the Mi Home app. And around this whole L-shaped table, I have the Yeelight Lightstrip Pro with an extension to add more illumination to the desk setup at night. And the reason why I'm using this Yeelight Lightstrip Pro is the huge compatibility with other similar features of the Yeelight smart light panels, which also includes HomeKit as well. Since I'm in the Apple ecosystem, it also uses the similar 2 apps for control, and there's also a physical controller for that is easily placed underneath the desk towards the right. Alright, so that is my 2024 desk setup, and if you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section below, and all of the products will be linked in the pinned comment as well. And check out my video of my entire smart home ecosystem over here.